Hail and well met, fellow travelers. Welcome to the Gatehouse for the Gizmonic Order. I am your Grandmaster Gizmo. Happy to have you here. Cheers. Welcome to episode 6 of our Night of the Dead survival series. So there are a couple of upgrades to the main base and the trap base I want to get into. You'll see those early in the episode. But the main thing I ran into, and I spent a little bit of this episode talking about it, was my electrical problems. I had several problems crop up around one of the batteries not working correctly and not being able to repair it. And we'll get into that and what I had to do to solve that problem. But sit back and enjoy this episode of our Night of the Dead survival series. And thank you again for being here. So the first thing I wanted to cover real quickly are some of the improvements I made to the main base. I did want to start adding some things to the base in terms of some equipment like the ore extractor and the quarry. And so I went ahead and I started going through the process of adding a palisade around the whole main base. Had some issues though. For some reason it wouldn't line up. I was off apparently by one rotation somewhere along the road, but I went ahead and decided to go ahead and just finish this off and then try to get it so that I could have a good base to work from that was going to protect the machinery that I was going to be adding. The other thing I did was I went ahead and upgraded everything so that it would at least be fire resistant, because there's nothing worse than having those zombies explode and light your base on fire, and then you have to run around trying to repair everything. Now, if you look back and you go, wait, did he miss one? Why, yes. Yes, I did. Because I wanted to replace that one with a gate so that I would have easy access to the power and the trebuchets back there from the main base. The other thing I wanted to do was to go back and find out where the trebuchets were hitting back in the forest and then clear that space out so that I could see. So I went through and cleared off a lot of trees, a lot of rocks, and a lot of bushes so that I would have good lines of sight out toward where the zombies are coming from. I just think this sounds funny. Waka, 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 waka. All right, you can see here I've got a really good clear shot of the space in front of the trap base so that I can see the zombies coming. Just a reminder for everybody, lock your doors, kids. I ran around quite a bit between the trap base and the main base, and I left the gate open, and that was a mistake. Also, I had upgraded the trebuchets, and so because I was having some problems with my power, they weren't working. But they weren't able to destroy the zombies before they got here because they weren't operational. Oh yeah, close the gate. Here you can see that 3 of the 4 windmills were broken. And so I went ahead and repaired those and thought everything was fine. And then I went and upgraded the pendulums in the trap base to use electrical. And so here I am setting those up and getting them all online. And then going back out. I ended up adding a coil to both of the pendulums. Now, you can see here I'm having problems with these windmills not charging. I don't have an option to repair the battery. I can't upgrade the battery because I'm missing the research and the parts required in order to upgrade that. So I'm trying a lot of different things. I'm trying to connect it to different spaces on the battery to see if that's working. That doesn't. And you can see here, there's a problem. This windmill is not connecting to anything. It's not turned on. There's no green light here like there is in others, in the other windmills. So I don't know what's going on. I think this is just a bug I ran into. And it's possible that there's one possibility here as well. So here I checked to see maybe it was just the windmill not charging correctly. So I hooked it up to the other battery. That worked. I unplugged it. I replugged it. I decided, okay, let's just plug these in directly to the trebuchets. That seemed to be okay. Oh, and this dude showed up out of nowhere. Got to get back to my electrical, man. Come on. Harsh and my mellow. So I decided at this point just to go ahead and demolish the battery and build a new one. in the hopes that that was going to solve the problem. Maybe it was just that battery was glitched. So trying to figure out where to put it, I decided to put it here. Again, I don't really know which sides are, which sides. The wireframes are insufficient to tell me that. And then I hooked up both trebuchets, and you can see that they connected and they were powered, but nothing was getting charged. There was no charge being saved. And then I thought, well, maybe the problem is that they are drawing all of the charge from the battery and not letting it charge. So I decided at that point to go ahead and disconnect them and then connect the other windmills to that battery to let it charge. And that's what happened. So now I got a charge. At that point, it was just wait for that charge to get all the way up. And here I am adding the other windmills to that battery for now, just to get it charged up. And then once it was fully charged, I reconnected 2 of the windmills to the other batteries so that it would charge up and stay charged to power the trebuchets. And here we are. The wave has started. It's only night 8, so we're actually probably pretty good. I am loving the fact that there's a lot of space here for these guys to fall down off the edges, that they're also falling into the pit. We now have the lumberjacks, though. I'm not sure what you call those guys. They're heavies that throw the logs. I'm calling them lumberjacks for now. The good thing, again, the trebuchets are doing a really good job. We've got more biker guys. Not as much ping-ponging going on. And I think I'm going to have to add another trapdoor over there before you get to this second run so that there's a chance for them to fall in and again down into that pit. I just think that it's going to be a lot better and a lot more likely for them to go through. I think there's just too much of a delay on that trapdoor, and so some of the zombies are able to make it across after somebody else falls in. And so I think having a second trapdoor is going to result in a little bit better crowd control, especially for getting those guys to come down. Ugh. Ugh. Dude, please stop vomiting that crap on me. Ow. Alright, that didn't really hurt, but those half walls are doing their job. Alright, that did hurt. Alright, but again, other than the fact that both of these pendulums are upgraded to use electrical and they have those coils, there's nothing different about the gauntlet tonight. I do know that, we're on day 7/night 8, and that on day 10 we are going to see the giants show up. So I know that I'm going to have to do some work here to get these in better shape and more able to handle those larger zombies. Well, let's just go through, double check everything, do some reloads, repairs. Let's grab all those. Grab all those. Let's reload, repair. Reload, repair. Grab that dude. these guys seem to be coming a little bit angled from the main entrance to the gauntlet. So they're coming in from a different location. I'm not sure where it is. I think it's a little bit closer, though, than where they have been coming, because they seem to be showing up a little bit faster. But those trebuchets are doing a great job of thinning out those uninvited party guests. And here we are. It's the 1 o'clock hour. They're getting closer. There they are. Hi. And I've only got 14 bolts, so it's not like I have a whole lot of ammo, but I was just trying to do a little bit of damage to these guys before they arrive. Yep, enough of damage to kill that guy as soon as he showed up. And we'll just grab some more stuff here. Let's jump across. And we're just going to wait for our zombie friends to show. Now I keep checking those lamps because the zombies are attracted to those. And if they're too far out of the way, they might go to those instead of trying to come to me. So I did want to make sure that I was, if there's anybody out there, that I was kind of helping redirect them this direction. Oh, there's a little baby eat right there. That guy got kind of knocked a little bit. Not too bad. And he's trying to beat on the foundation. Another dude got pushed. Again, the reason I didn't upgrade the spike floors or the cutter is because they do have 100 uses, and so I have not had a real problem with that in terms of reloads. So I went ahead and let those stay, but I was concerned about the pendulums because they are doing a significant amount of damage and they are very limited in their uses. Now these guys seem to come from a completely different place. They all seem to be coming, pouring out from the other side there. But now I'm going to switch over to the MR16 because, number one, I've only got a couple of bolts left, but number two is these guys are bigger and better. And I was starting to get a little worried that they might get too close here. So a couple of these guys were starting to get into the second, turn here. And so I was a little worried that they were going to start doing a little bit more than that. But then that dude fell off and then walked right through everything trying to get back to the front. I mean, hey, pal, if you want to go damage yourself by doing that, feel free. And then he came back up and then got squished. A little bit of ping pong going on there with those guys. And then they fell into the pit, which is great because it opened and then both of them fell in because they were paired up. But I have been worried again that some of them seem to be able to get past if they're just far enough apart. If they are spaced far enough apart, then one of them gets dropped in and the other one will make it across. So I think having a second trap door is going to provide a little bit more comfort for me that they are going to fall into the pits and then get damaged. Dude, so rude. Alright, let's reload that guy. Take that stuff. Yep, reload. Take all. Grab that dude. Yeah, sure, reload him. He's good. And now it's weird because if you look on the upper right hand corner, it shows that there's no more zombies coming, yet there's at least one more hour of wave. So I'm wondering, I think what's going on with that, and other people have noted this as well, I think what's happening is that they are going and then they're releasing all the way up until that hour 1, but then they are Wow, let's get the hell out of Dodge. These guys are getting a little close for comfort. All right, come back over here. Excellent. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of dudes. And see here, 2 guys walked right across there. Now the pendulum picked them up. Yay. But and one dropped. Congrats. And then one went back the other direction and then dropped into the and then he dropped into the trapdoor. That was nice. But I do want to make sure, like I said, I do think that having a second one there is just going to be a little bit more peace of mind for me, especially as I get further into these. Again, night 10 is going to be rough. I know that going in. So, oh, here comes a big bad. The other thing I know is that I'm also going to be dealing with those grappling hook guys who are going to throw out the axes and then bring me to them. So I've got to worry about those as well. Whoa, hello. Okay, so he got through. Now back up, and ooh, squish. Yes. Squish. Just like great. Okay. Doing well. I think that might be it. Sure seems like it. Let's go through and reload stuff and pick things up. There we go. Get those. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of uses on that guy. Eventually, I am going to be upgrading all of these guys to be electrical so that there won't be a problem with the number of uses and stuff. But again, right now, I'm not too concerned about it. There's just a lot of uses. 100 uses is quite a bit. There is a survival note sometime after I make this meat mallet that I'm going to make at some point, that I need to upgrade the pusher. So that will actually be useful because then I can grab that. Now, here's something I want to point out. If you ever see one of these boxes, grab it because it's going to have something good in it. In this particular case, it had iron armor, which shows up right there. Hey, what is that? That's a dude. What are you doing? Hanging out here. What's up with that? All right. Yep. That was a little brutal there. Getting rid of his head like that. But you know what? He would have done the same to me. Alrighty, well, that is it for this particular wave. So thank you guys for coming along. Next episode, we are going to be doing a whole lot of stuff. I've got a whole bunch of fishing I want to go over, the dynamics of that, how that worked, what I did. You do need fishing so you can upgrade your pouches for material, food, and ammo, which is going to be very handy for helping you carry more ammunition, more food, more materials when you're out in the field. It just increases the number of items you can carry in each stack, which is very handy, but you need the fish scales to do that. The fish meat itself is not terribly useful in and of itself. So it's handy to have, but it's not terribly helpful from a food perspective, from helping you regain health. And then there's going to also be a lot of stuff we're going to be doing for upgrading more traps, adding in that meat mallet, upgrading the pusher, that kind of stuff. There's going to be some more things happening in episode 7, so I hope that you guys can join for that. If you like today's video, please make sure to click that like button, and if you click the subscribe button, then that helps me and the channel out a lot. And if you click that bell icon, that will get you notified whenever I post a new video. I'm always trying to find ways to make improvements. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode.